Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we will be setting up my bullet journal for December, aka my favorite time of the year. And for this month we have a very Christmassy theme set up using color pencils. We are first starting with the cover page as always, and I am drawing this big Christmas tree. Last month I also used color pencils and I complained how my hand was hurting by the end of the setup because color pencils tend to require more pressure than other mediums. But despite that, I still went with color pencils again for December because I really do like the look of them. I started with coloring this big yellow star on top of the tree with two different shades of yellow to give a more dimensional look to the star. And by the way, these are Colleen color pencils. Someone asked me on Instagram what color pencils I used, and yeah, they are Colleen. They are soft but not too soft, so you can use them for a good amount of time, and they are relatively inexpensive as well. Colleen has been my go-to brand for color pencils for so many years, and I still love them and really do recommend them. For the foliage of the tree, I am drawing these lines following the shape of the different sections and increasing the thickness of these lines as I go down the tree, and leaving some parts white for the decorations we're gonna be adding in a little later. And just like the star, I am using two different colors to add some variety and depth to the drawing. We are moving on to the decorations on the tree, starting with this yellow string of lights wrapping around the entire tree, or maybe they're a string of yellow ornaments. Before moving on to the other decorations, I am using this yellow zebra Sarasa gel pen to go around the little circles and the star to make them stand out a bit more. I really love December and Christmas. I'm that very annoying person who blasts Christmas music on November 1st, and that is the only thing I will listen to until Christmas is over, basically. Something about it just makes me feel so happy and nostalgic. It's the combination of feeling closure as the end of year approaches and excitement for a new year and new beginnings, and it just makes me feel so warm and grateful. For the decorations on the tree, I picked three main colors: yellow, blue, and red, and I used the Sarasa clip gel pens to outline the bells. And for the details on the ornaments, I also used a white gel pen. And as always, all the stationery I used will be listed down in the description. Underneath the tree, I am coloring these boxes of presents, and instead of yellow, red, and blue, I made the boxes yellow, red, and no, not yellow, blue, red, and dark green, because I thought that there was already a lot of yellow components on here, and I also wanted the ribbons on the boxes to be yellow, so I switched to green instead. After the boxes are done, I moved on to writing the December title, and you might have noticed that the Christmas tree is missing a trunk, but don't worry, I realized this a little later on and eventually colored in the trunk, but for now we are creating the December title. I switched to a red Crayola Super tips for this and writing in this cursive font. I actually don't feel that comfortable or confident just doing like cursive calligraphy fonts with just a brush pen or calligraphy pen, so writing this cursive font first and going back in to thicken the lines is a really good way for me to achieve a similar look without all the pressure, and it also lowered the chance of me messing it up. After the title is done, I'm using the yellow gel pen again to draw these sparkles all over the page. I love adding sparkles to any drawing, and honestly this page looked kind of plain and boring until I added all of these sparkles. Then I'm finally adding in that tree trunk with 2 different shades of brown color pencils, and we will be done with the cover page. Moving on to the page on the left, I am making a quote page. The quote I chose for December is, "It's the most wonderful time of year," because it really is the most wonderful time of year. I saw this quote in this style on Pinterest and wanted to replicate it in my journal. Though not exactly, but still pretty similar. I used a red color pencil to write the entire quote, and honestly it was super fun creating all kinds of different font for this one quote. My mom's friend holds a party at Christmas Eve every single year, and I have gone to celebrate Christmas at her house for as long as I can remember. My brother and I really look forward to this party every single year because she puts up a beautifully decorated Christmas tree, and we all swap presents and have a delicious Danish Christmas feast because her husband is Danish. The best part is the rice pudding. We have this tradition where the bowl of rice pudding will have crushed almonds mixed inside, but only contain 1 full uncracked almond, and whoever's bowl the almond ends up in will win a special prize, and my mom always wins for some reason. We think she's cheating, but we can't catch her in the act, so yeah, she wins every single year. Around the letters, I am drawing some more decoration with some hollies and a sock and a bell up top. And I would like to mention that I have a Christmas sticker sheet coming out December 1st, which is 2 days after this video is uploaded. So if you are watching this video December 1st, then it will already be out and available to order on my shop, jamandbutter.net, which will be linked down in the description. I really like this sticker sheet. It has that nostalgic Christmas feeling, and I think it's really cute. International customers, meaning anyone who is not in Thailand, you would want to order before the 10th of December, preferably the 9th if you want it to arrive for Christmas, especially if you're in the US or Australia, because shipping to these countries take the longest. If you're somewhere closer, you could probably get away with ordering after the 10th, but to be safe, place your order before the 10th. I am so very grateful for anyone who purchased stickers from me. Even if you just take a look at my shop, you make me so happy, so happy. When coloring in the hollies, you can see that I left a little bit of white in the middle, almost creating this gradient effect to make it look like the fruits are reflecting the lights. And we are done with the cover and quote pages. The next two pages we will be setting up are for the calendars, both the monthly calendar and a content calendar. We are starting off with drawing this calendar grid with this brown color pencil. For this entire setup, I didn't use any fine liners or black markers in any of the spreads. That is because I wanted to keep this theme looking very light and soft, like a childhood dream almost, and I thought that black might be a bit too harsh. The boxes I'm drawing are 3 grid spaces wide by 6 grid spaces tall, and as I was making these lines, I became unsure whether using a color pencil was a good idea, but I just went through with it and it started to look more okay as I went on. After the grid is completed, we are moving on to drawing the circles at the top of each box, which is where the dates will go in. I didn't actually intend to draw the circles for the first 4 boxes because those days are in December, but I started coloring in the first box and there was no turning back, and it honestly doesn't really matter that much. Before writing in the dates, I am using this brown gel pen to write the first letter of the days of the week at the top of each row. And if I had the chance to start this page over, I would probably choose a different shade of brown. But it has been done now, and the look of this page reminded me of chocolates and gingerbread, which I don't really mind. At the top of the calendar, I wrote December again in the same style as the cover page and using the same red Crayola Super tips. There's not really anything much going on this page, and I might come back during the month to add in a bit more of decoration, but during this time I was really crunched for time and just wanted to get my setup done so I have something to plan in for December. So this month's setup is a little more simple, but it was really what I needed in these busy times. And your bullet journal is meant to help you with life, not make it more difficult, so don't feel bad if your bullet journal isn't as decorated or as artistic as other people's, because they simply might just have more time to work on their notebook than you. We are now working on the right page, which this will be my content calendar. I included a content calendar in my bullet journal for the first time last month, and I really do like it. I still need to get into the habit of using it more. I've been using Notion to schedule my YouTube videos and other content, but the thing about a digital planning system is that you can move things around, which can be both a good and a bad thing. Good because you can still adjust things, obviously, but it also means that I can keep pushing back the upload dates of my videos and finding a reason to justify pushing it back. Writing it down in my notebook, however, with a pen is more permanent and I am more likely to stick with it. I wrote the title content on top there in a similar style to the December title and drew a mini 2x2 grid space calendar underneath it with the same brown color pencil and gel pen. For the header of each box, I did the title in red in this serif font similar to when I wrote the days of the week, and on each side of the header, I will draw a green sharp holly leaf. There are 4 sections in total, one for YouTube videos, YouTube shorts, Instagram, and a section just titled Other. I used the same brown color pencil again to draw the boxes, and I also drew this nutcracker in the corner here, but something went wrong and I lost the footage of me coloring him in. Yeah, I was really sad about it, but I hope you can see what I did here. The next page will be my mood tracker, and I really like this month's mood tracker. You might already be able to tell what it is from my pencil sketch, but first we are starting with drawing the bell up top for a bit of decoration. This month's mood tracker will be in the shape of a wreath. I really like circle mood trackers, and a wreath is the perfect thing for a circle mood tracker in this theme. I am first just starting out by drawing the outline of the wreath with this green color pencil. I've been including so many trackers in my bullet journal, but this month I just want to have a very simple setup. So this month I'll only have this mood tracker and another page for not necessarily a habit tracker, but a general tracker for things like my health symptoms as well. After I have the outline of the wreath, I started drawing these lines inside to separate it into sections. And here is where I made another mistake. I only measured out 30 spaces, but December has 31 days. So you'll see that I split the last section into 2 to make space for the 31st. I then numbered each of the sections for all 31 days of the month and continued to the other decorations on this page. I know I said I didn't want to use black for this setup, but I chose black for this cat here and also for a little bit of the nutcracker, but I feel like a black color pencil is still light and not as dark as if I were to use something like a black marker. So I started with drawing an outline for the cat and then colored him in with a black color pencil. I then used a white gel pen to clean up the details a bit and then colored his Santa hat in with a red color pencil. I am drawing these 3 ornaments hanging down from the top of the wreath. I used red, blue, and yellow to fill in a solid color first, then going back in with a white gel pen to create the details. This time, I'm creating the mood title at the bottom of the page instead of the top. I wrote mood in the same style as we did before, but honestly, I think I could have done a better job at writing this title, but things can't be perfect all the time, and if I keep practicing, then I will hopefully get better at it next time. We are going back to the top of the page to add in the different colors for each mood of the month. And when I plan my mood tracker spreads, I always forget to think about adding this mood key, and it ends up going in random places or being squeezed in somewhere on the page. I don't know why that is. Maybe I have to pay more attention when planning out these spreads. You can see me going over one of the circles with a different color because I thought it was a little too similar to the other color. And after the circles are done, I then drew these little expressions in the circles, and we are done with the mood tracker. The last page we're setting up for today, I'm just titling trackers using the same style as all the other titles we did for the setup. This page is for all my different trackers, as well as tracking my habits like doing my morning yoga and remembering to take my medicines. I will also track things like did I have any allergic symptoms today and things that are not necessarily habits, so I didn't feel like calling this spread a habit tracker. After the title, I am drawing these hollies again in random corners of each of the boxes. Another reason I went with a simpler setup this month is because I know that I won't be using all the different trackers as much in December, because for the first half of the month, I will be really busy because it is final exam season and I will have so much to do that I will just get overwhelmed if I have 4 different trackers to keep up with every single day. And in the second half of the month, I would want to relax and enjoy the holidays, and I will also be going on a trip, so I would not want to fill up my trackers either, so I kept it very simple this month. And the lead of my color pencil broke, but that's okay, I just sharpened it back up and it is ready to go again. I forgot to draw the holly for the last box here, so I'm just quickly drawing it in now so I can finish the last box and move on to the mini calendars inside the boxes. I find it very therapeutic to do repetitive tasks like drawing these mini calendars. I can just switch off my brain and put something on in the background, and it is somehow very calming for me. And with all the calendars drawn in, we are done with this month's setup. Here's a final flip through of all the spreads we did today. I love how festive it is, and I can't wait for Christmas and the new year. And if you want to see weekly spreads I will be making in this theme, make sure to check out my Instagram linked in the description because I will be posting reels of my weekly spreads there and many other things as well, so go check it out. My shop, gemandbutter.net, is also linked down below if you want to purchase my Christmas stickers or any other stickers on my shop. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Have a wonderful day or night. Bye!